I allergic? No. My brother's allergic though.
Girl power.
Do you know all these bees are girls?
That's interesting. Yeah.
Pick out the... What kind of bees are they? Like honeybees?
They're honeybees. The genetic is Caucasian. Which means they came from the Republic of Georgia in the Caucasian Mountains. So there's genetics, there's Italian, Caucasian, Carniolan. Who named them, I don't know. That's used wax, so that's brand new wax. See how light it is? And then after it gets used, just like in here, see how dark? So they're dirty little footprints. That's why you gotta take off your shoes when you go in the house. Long gate to sell to make a queen.
So how many bees are in?
About 1,000.
1,000?
Go through
These are
it,
the
but she
ink
can't.
when it goes bigger and bigger and bigger and then
Queen Bumblebee.
on top of
We
it
got
is
Queen
to
Honeybee,
this
but
queen
not a
bee.
Queen Bumblebee.
Which one you like? The queen one?
The queen bee.
Why do you like her?
Because she's so big.
Big, that's why?
Yeah, and I wish to be big. Why are all the bees on top of one?
This is pollen. We're going to talk about pollen, you know, like when they're on flowers.
Where are you talking about?
So this is what the bees collect.
All the bees are on top of one bee.
Well, see, they're making
On their legs.
wax
When they
right
come
there.
in, they push them down. And that's also
So
Yeah,
they're,
but also
they're actually
all of
building more comb right on the glass. How are you?
Why did I see a bee that's not moving? It's kind of like...
guarantee that sometimes because again, with the light and it being cold, you know, she's going to want to kind of stay a little bit warm. So we're going to talk about some bees. I'm going to kind of go over this with you a little bit. You know, a lot of times we see honeybees or different types of bees on flowers, right? Some of you have different flowers in your yard, your clover, your dandelions. Where's my dandelion? So you see these two lovely little bees on that flower? What do you notice is all over them? What do they look like? What do you see? Pollen. So they get fuzzy. See how they're all fuzzy all around them? When they go into flowers, they're looking for pollen. And they're going to pick up pollen. Okay? So what this bee is doing, they're going to go to these type of flowers and they're going to get the nectar. So you have nectar and you have pollen. And the nectar is the liquid part that they're going to suck up with that little tiny tongue. It's almost like a straw. And it goes in. How many stomachs do you think this little tiny bee has? 2. You said it. 2. Absolutely. So you think we have 1. Okay? And these little tiny bees in here actually have 2. One is a stomach. And one is where the nectar goes in. So people always ask, oh my goodness, is honey bee puke? And that seems so gross, right? But it's really not. What happens is when they go to a flower, they suck up the nectar and they put it into one side of them, which is only for the nectar. And when they fly back here, they hand it off to another bee. And when they do that, they transfer it over to another bee, and that other bee will go up and we'll put it into the hive for them. So nectar is very important for our bees. It's also very tasty for us, but it's their food source. That's what they use to eat.
It's their energy.
It's their energy. So honey gives them energy, and pollen gives them muscles.
Her body's still good, but they can't fly anymore, so they pretty much die. But in the winter, when they're mainly in the hive, just kind of hibernating, it's 4 to 6 months.
Now you have a question?
So
And a queen bee can live up to 5 years on average.
Yep. So, a queen
You
bee,
have a
her
question?
role and her primary job as the queen is to lay eggs. So if you're we can look at these a little later because it's a little hard to see, but you're gonna see these little tiny dots, almost like grains of rice. And those are the eggs that the bee is gonna lay in there. And eventually, you see those little tiny grains? They're gonna turn into what we call larva. See how they get bigger and they turn? So
Yeah.
now this is starting to form into a bee, but there's one more thing they have to do. If you notice, see how everything's open right now? So what they want to do is before that bee becomes a bee, they're going to need to cover. So if you notice how all this is covered up, this is baby bees getting ready to hatch. So under here the bees are forming, and once they're large enough, they're going to come out of their cell, they're going to eat their way through, and they're going to hatch out of their cell. So this, when we look in here, this is how we know that a queen is laying and that she has babies in here, that she's laying and it's a good pattern.
Is the queen the only one that lays the eggs?
Absolutely. Right? Oh yeah, no, sorry. Correct me on that one.
Yes and no. A worker bee can lay eggs, but she'll only lay drones.
Which are males.
Which are males, because she hasn't been fertilized by another male.
Absolutely. So a queen bee, here's my queen bee. Here's a picture of a queen bee, and it's a little hard, but I'll pass it around. She right now, you can find her because there's a dot on her, okay? And if you look at the back, she's gonna be much longer, and she's gonna be much fatter in the backside area. Because this is where all the sperm and the eggs are gonna start to be developed. So she's much longer, and that's how we can find her, okay? We mark our bees based on every year, so we know when they're born. Every year has a color, so that way, as beekeepers, we know what year the bee or queen was born and how old they are based on their colors.
How do you mark them?
With a little marker. We always,
With a paint pen.
yep,
You take each bee in your hand
Yep.
and you
Take the queen off.
we just put a little mark on her.
Raise your hand if you have a question.
Okay, you see about 3?
Raise the hand.
So we got 1,
Raise your
2,
hand.
3, right? How many queens are in a hive? How many queens do you think stay in a hive? 1. So here's a question. If there's 3 of them, what do you think might happen if they all hatch at the same time? What do you think? Only
the
one?
stronger one
Five.
kills the other two?
Yes.
Fight.
Fight,
Yeah,
fight.
So there's only 1 queen. What'll happen is the old queen that's in here will eventually leave. She's going to take part of the hive with her if she knows that there's a new queen coming.
Raise your
And
hand.
she really isn't the one who decides it's time to go. The worker bees are like, look, we're getting crowded. There's a little too much going on in here. We need to find a new house. So they say to the queen, you're not eating. They chase her around the hive. They chase her around the hive. No more laying eggs. No more. Because they want her to slim down a little bit. If she's
Oh, yeah.
too big, she can't fly. So they make sure that she loses a little bit of her weight so she can fly. And once she's at a good point, this is when we have a swarm. So that queen is going to come out with all of her workers, not all of them, but at least half of them. They're going to take some pollen with them and a little bit of nectar, and they're going to go find a new home with that queen.
You have
And
to
they're going
raise
to
your
set
hand.
up a new place and a new
You have to
hive.
raise your hand.
And the
Then
new
you
queen,
can
who is born, will take over that hive.
Raise
So
your
it's a
hand.
way of them making sure they don't get overcrowded, and it's a way of spreading their genetics because they want to continue to spread
Like that.
and grow.
How many bees live in a beehive?
Ooh, good question.
How many
Bees live in a beehive.
In the
In the
middle
summer.
of the summer, when the most nectar and food sources coming in, it's about 60,000 bees.
Wow.
Right?
How many,
In
Ayra?
the winter, it's about 5.
60,000.
Because
Yeah.
they die?
Yes. Good things.
And they keep us healthy.
All right, so girls, all of them are girls. Every single one of them are pretty much girls. Where's our boys? All right, a drone is kind of in the middle, a little bit fatter, okay? The eyes, we always tell by their eyes and where their eyes are placed. Their eyes are, go ahead and do that.
Closer together.
They're close together. So
Instead
when
of
we're
here, they're
looking
here.
for males, we're gonna look and their eyes are gonna be closer. The female's eyes are more towards the side of their head,
And they're fatter.
and they're fatter. So this is a worker female, this is a queen,
Wow.
okay? And here's an interesting fact. In the winter, okay? The only bees that are in there are all female bees. Unfortunately, they will kick all the male bees out.
No
of the
girl,
hive.
no boys
No
allowed.
boys allowed in the winter.
All girls.
All girls.
No, you get out.
I gotta go.
He's gotta go.
Gotta
In the
hit the
winter, I kick
streets.
him out. What were you gonna say? Go ahead, you have a question.
What makes them angry?
Angry?
Oh,
Oh, okay, so here's a good one. People ask when we go into the hives what we're supposed to wear when we go in, okay? Our bees a lot of times are very gentle, all right? Especially in the summer because they're busy, all right? Their job is, I'm gonna go find a flower, I'm coming back. I'm gonna go find a flower, I'm coming back. So if they're busy, they won't really notice if we're going into their hive, but we still have to be gentle, all right? So when we go in, sometimes we're gonna go in wearing a suit. Now, what do you notice? What is he wearing? What color?
Black.
Black.
Oh. Okay. So if he's gonna go into this hive wearing all black, and even if I might get away with it, but he's wearing all black, and he goes into the hive, what are those bees gonna think is coming into their hive?
a bear.
To hurt them. And what? Who said it?
A bear.
A bear. So bears love bees. They love them, you know, Winnie the Pooh. They love honey, but you know what they love the most? They like eating the bees, unfortunately. So they like,
Protein.
it's protein. So when we think about bears, they're not really getting the honey. They like eating the bees because of the protein.
The honey's just a plus.
A plus. Raccoons like to get in there, and skunks like to get in there. Oh, and mice love to get in there because it's warm in the winter. So they try to get in there, and we have to make sure we put something there so the mice don't get in with the bees. Okay? So beekeepers wear colors that are light because we look like flowers. Okay? We're less threatening. So you'll always see a beekeeper in like a pink or a white, because what happens is it's not a threat to them when we're going in, so they're not as upset and they're not as on guard.
We have 3 dogs.
Oh yeah.
One's brown and white, one's brown, and one's black. Who do you think gets stung?
Black.
The
Black
one.
All the time, every day. She goes out there and she gets stung. And she's like,
Oh.
oh. She still hasn't learned her lesson. She still likes to step on them and try to eat them. So,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, it does.
Even a bear?
Yes, it still bothers
Why do they
them.
still eat them?
Because it's that protein, they need that.
Yes.
Okay.
So the cells that they're born with, right? So once they clean it out, is it can the other worker bees
If they
lay
have a
an
broken
egg
wing?
inside?
That's a good question.
No, the queen will come and lay an egg.
So he asked a question. Come back. They don't really remember people, do they? Okay, what's your question?
What part of?
Upside down and backwards?
They have a limit to fly up.
Okay, so how far? So I know you're
How
saying.
high or how
high?
far away?
How high?
Height, I don't
And
know.
far away.
Far away, they'll fly up. On average, they fly about a mile, but they can.
It's interesting because they will keep a radius around their hives. So they will fly in each direction, and you can watch their flight patterns. Like sometimes in the summer, we can see what direction they're all flying. That means that there's something good in this direction. And then later on, they might shift and go in a different direction. And we get here and here. Go ahead. So the wind can be hard, so that's another time they may not go out and fly, because if it's too windy, they're gonna know that too. Same thing with rain, they won't go in rain because the raindrops will hit them and they can't fly once they